What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I'm going to start bringing you video game news. Because actually, I've realised over the past couple months, it is exceedingly difficult to just get a nice list of daily video game news, and on websites when they give you daily video game news, it's actually kind of awkward to dig through and see what's new and what's just been boosted up by recent activity, and there's rumours, articles, reviews, things of that nature. It's kind of awkward to find a nice, clear, here's a video game news for today. So starting today for kind of as long as I can think it's a good idea, which of course will depend on how many people watch this, I figured we'd start doing a daily video game news. Sounds like fun. If it's moderately popular, might even start doing the whole hey, I'm on camera thing. We'll see where we go. But I want to start off today with the big news which has been trending around on Twitter, and that is that Xbox have gone and announced their Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream. It is happening on Thursday, August the 24th at 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. ET, 6 p.m. BST, that's for me, 7 p.m. CEST, and if you're in any other time zone, I'm afraid Google is your friend, you will have to figure it out from there. But essentially, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. However, it's one of these ones you should be tempering your expectations. Because the tweet itself literally says, save the date for new looks at upcoming games. In the description, it also says very clearly, you'll get in-depth updates from some of our previously announced Xbox Game Studios titles, alongside some of our third-party partners, including some of the incredible titles coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases to our monthly subscription service, Xbox Game Pass, and much more. It doesn't have any mention of new game announcements, and you'd think they would be kind of clear about that, which is kind of sad, frankly. It doesn't explicitly say there won't be new game announcements. However, it does clearly refer to previously announced games, and it doesn't mention new game announcements, so I'm gonna leave that one with you, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's probably fair to assume it's not coming. I am sorry. There is gonna be an Xbox Gamescom sale, however, which will let you save up to 75% on a range of iconic games for Xbox consoles or Windows 10 PCs, so, you know, maybe there'll be something cool there. Either way, it's happening in a couple of weeks, so it's something we can all start getting a little bit excited about. Now, the most interesting news for me, and it's not terribly exciting because it's not happening, but James Bischoff over on Twitter has shared news of a Power Rangers game that never happened that sounds like it would have been awesome. He tweeted out, let's talk about the 2016 AAA Power Rangers game that never was, Project Nomad. As a video game expat then at Saban, I had hoped to biz dev an ambitious open world co-op that captured the energy, teamwork and history of the franchise through a fresh lens. Basically Arkham Rangers, or Gotham Knights 5 years before Gotham Knights' announcement, so this was very much going to be in the vein of Arkham Knight. Sadly, with so much circulating through the studio at that time, there was no bandwidth or budget to support. What I did have, however, was an invaluable blessing to independently explore, and explore I did. Calling on old friends, we built the pitch we wanted to see. While these looks were never intended to be final, I think it's safe to say we were onto something compelling. Shoutouts to Lineage, Carlos Totoli, Gerald Singh and many others who contributed. While early talks with devs and publishers were favourable, ultimately time plus big shifts in our business saw conversations about Project Nomad peter out. These things totally happen. The industry is built on what could have beens. For now, let's simply relish in this amazing art, and this is amazing art. Eltar under occupation, being freed by a myriad of rangers from across the cosmos. Lots more to share another time. Happy weekending all. May the power protect you. How much fun does that game sound? I'm not a huge Power Rangers fan now, though I was quite a Power Rangers fan as a kid. I want that to be real so badly. It isn't real, or at least it kind of was real but never actually happened, and about that I am extremely sad indeed. Never mind, ladies and gentlemen, eh? Now, for those of you that play Apex Legends, you are probably wanting cross-progression, and I don't blame you. Cross-progression would be awesome. Well, Chad Grenier, who is the Apex Legends game director, was asked about this on Twitter, and in a refreshing change of pace, actually gave a straight answer. Could we get an update on cross-progression? In development, although recent hacks on Apex and TF have slowed down the progress of it as we context switch to solving live game issues. Basically, some people on the internet have gone and been a bit naughty towards Apex Legends, and that means that they've had to divert a little bit of time and attention to fixing those issues rather than implementing cross-progression. Of course, Apex is now available on basically every console, Switch included, so cross-progression would be awesome. It basically means, for those that are unaware, you can switch between consoles and all of your stats, cosmetics, etc. would carry over. It would be like playing on the same file. It would be lovely. For a live service game available on many consoles, cross-progression would be huge. Unfortunately, that is not happening, and that's a little bit sad. Well, it is happening. Chad has explicitly said it's happening. What I mean is, it's not happening now. But it will. At some point in the future. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Fingers crossed. Now, a piece of news which has been floating around on Twitter, which I am weirdly more interested in than I thought I would be, are the patch notes for F1 2021. Now, this is a game I haven't been playing with, but it's one that I probably will. And for multi-platform games nowadays, I tend to skew towards the PlayStation rather than the Xbox, largely if they've got good support for the adaptive triggers and 3D audio, because that's an awful lot of fun. Also, the Rumble is awesome. Well, it turns out, according to the official patch notes, 3D audio for headphones has temporarily been disabled on PS5. This will be re-enabled as soon as audio issues relating to it have been resolved. So, it's not the end of the world. It will be coming back. Again, this is more, it's bad in the short term, it will be fine in the long term. But in the short term, this is actually kind of rubbish, and I'm not terribly happy about it. Of course, I don't have this game, and by the time I do have this game, it will probably be fixed. So maybe it's a moot point, but I thought it was fun to have a little bit of a look anyway. Speaking of games that I haven't played, but they really are on my list and I probably will one day, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Well, there was a trailer that went out today on YouTube from the official Xbox account, which has confirmed it is now optimized for Xbox Series X and S. The official release says that it is now optimized with enriched visuals, DirectX ray tracing, resolution mode, and more. And okay, fine, it might not be for everyone. If it's not for you, that is absolutely fine. But for people who are interested in this game, this is fantastic news. If you've got an Xbox Series X or S and this is the kind of game you're into, then you've just gotten a fancier, better version, and that is good news. Speaking of good Xbox-related news, and I promise you this is supposed to be a multi-platform news series, it just so happens to be largely positive on Xbox today, we have had confirmation that Humankind will be launching day one with Xbox Game Pass for PC. Now, Humankind hasn't particularly been on my radar, but it is described as a convergence of culture, history, and values that allows you to create a civilization that is unique as you are. You'll be rewriting the entire narrative of human history from its humble beginnings in the Neolithic era as you set out to leave the biggest mark on the world. To create your unique civilization, combine 60 historical cultures from the ancient to the modern era. Each of these cultures will bring a unique layer, creating near endless outcomes. You'll further customize your civilization with every deed you accomplish and moral choice you make. Everything you do builds your fame, and the player with the most fame will win the game. And it's launching day one for Game Pass on PC. That's gotta be good news, right? For anyone wondering, the release date of it is the 17th of August, which is just 8 days away from here. This is wonderful, wonderful news. If you've got Game Pass for PC, and if you don't have Game Pass for PC, I don't know, maybe this would be the reason to do so. And just to finish off today, although it's not really game news per se, Netflix have gone and dropped a new poster for The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf. This is the animated prequel movie from Studio Mir, which tells the origin story of Geralt's mentor, Vesemir. You're going to have to forgive any pronunciations and names on this one, alright? I am doing my very best. It's coming out on August the 23rd. There is a new poster. This is good news. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I play an awful lot of video games, and I have been struggling the last couple of months to really find a nice, clear, hey, this is the video game news of the day. So I thought I'd start a new series where I go, hey, here is the video game news of the day, running through everything that's happened in, well, basically since the previous video launched. So, if you're into this kind of stuff, make sure you're liking all of that good stuff. Tell your friends. I'm hoping this can be a cool new series we'll do for a long time. Depends how people feel about it. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know your thoughts on all of these stories, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about a whole bunch of games, video and tabletop. And do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.